What's good, everybody? RJ Sheldon here back with another episode of BD Boys. As you see on the screen here, my good brother James Muenchow, aka Jimmer. Yeah, man. But what's happening, man? What's going on?
Well, the weekend started off well, I'd say. Had a couple bowling tournaments, saw some really good people. Didn't come up with any cash from the bowling tournaments, but that happens. You know, we'll give her a go another in about a couple weeks here. And then then it all just went downhill. And it got sad. So, and now I'm sick. This sucks.
I guess life happens. But let's get into it here. You already know what we're doing here. There's no need, no introduction, no nothing. We've done this too long of now, so you already know what we get into here. Packers went ahead and lost the Broncos 34-26. Bad one. A lot of things that obviously my good brother James is going to go over, good and bad, but really bad. Not even good, just really bad. But you look at it here, 9-4-1. We have 3 big games coming up. But let's go ahead and talk about this game against the Broncos and what you were seeing, what you saw. Obviously, we were together watching that game, but you try to look at positives, and it's very hard to look at positives in a game like this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you scored 26 points. You lost by 8 in a game where it looked like you frankly got dominated to what it looks like. Gave up 3 sacks. I can't even say dominated. I actually take that back. Like it was a pretty even game. I'd say almost gave up a 400 yards of offense, which is a problem. 300 of those are passing yards. So again, you defended the rush really well, but like I don't think Jordan Love played as bad as his stat line said. 24, 40, 276, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. I mean, some of that second interception, he's just trying to make plays at that point. He's just trying to push down the field. You got to try to tie, and unfortunately, he just threw a pick. And Josh Jacobs, I thought, had a really good game. Uh, you were down. Emmanuel Wilson wasn't healthy. Chris Brooks, obviously your third string running back. Jordan Love spread the ball out really well. Jaden Reed, 5 catches for 55. Matthew Golden, 3 catches for 55. Luke Musgraves looking better every game. That's a bright spot. 4 catches for 52. Romeo Dobbs only had 2, but for 36, so 2 really big passes. Christian Watson, another unfortunate casualty of that game, but he had 3 for 29. I mean, he's spreading the wealth. A lot of guys, I think, what am I counting here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different guys got catches and touches. And so, I mean, I don't think Green Bay played all that bad offensively. But what are we talking about here? We're talking about Uno. We're talking about even before Uno went down. Let's talk before that happened. There was just nothing. Like there was just absolutely nothing on the table brought to this defense that isn't Micah Parsons. And then the worst case scenario, the second worst case scenario, I would say, besides 10 going down, Uno goes down. And he knew it from the get. We saw his lips. I'm out. It's gone. We saw those words, non-contact. It's an unfortunate circumstance. It really is. But you look at the game prior to when he went out. There's this Green Bay defensive line is lack for better words, trash. They're bad. Rashawn Gary is not it. Lucas Van Ness maybe playing not 100%. I mean, yes, it's week. What was it? Week 15 in the NFL, and not a lot of guys are playing 100%. But they just are non-factors. Period. There is no interior pass rush. There's no interior run stopping capabilities, and it's really unfortunate. That makes Jeff Halfley have to play 7 guys, 8 guys in the box, which then, as you saw, opens up the pass game for the Broncos, where Bo Nix had a really, really, really good game, 23 of 32, 23 of 34, 302 with 4 touchdowns. Cortland Sutton had 7 catches for 113. Troy Franklin, 6 for 85. Like there was just no resistance in this Green Bay Packer defense even before Uno went down. So like Green Bay has to look at this problem they have. And the problems all starts with the defensive line. Like, I get it. I'm harping on Keyshawn Nixon too. He's not good either. Carrington Valentine is a 7th-round pick who's playing a little bit better than probably what his draft prospect was. I think that's a guy that's going to stick around in Green Bay for cheap. That's a cheap guy you can keep around and maybe build not around him, but like you can rebuild with him in it. Nate Hobbs has been hurt this whole year, so we don't even know what he brings to the table except for on film when he was with the Las Vegas Raiders. But we have safeties and we have linebackers. So what else do we need? We need pass rush. Let's jump ahead. I know we don't like jumping ahead. I'm not jumping ahead to any games. I'm jumping ahead to next year's draft. I think Micah Parsons is going to get restructured because he's going to be hurt for a little bit. I think they're going to restructure his deal, just tinker with it, just give him a little bit more money up front, convert it into a signing bonus. Russ Ball, the front office accounting manager, really good at his job. We've seen him work miracles before with the Aaron Rodgers saga and all that other shit where we had no money and he freed up some money to maybe go get a couple guys. You look at you're coming up on Lucas Van Ness's 3rd year, where you have to make a decision on his fifth year option, because he's a 1st-round pick. That ain't getting picked up. And for damn sure, you need to restructure Rashawn Gary's contract. Why? Because he's not doing anything. He's not worth the contract he is getting. You need to look at everybody's contract. Elton Jenkins' contract, potentially. I think he's a free agent next year. Correct me if I'm wrong. He might not be back, because you look at the offensive line. Anthony Belton, your 2nd-round pick from this year, has looked really good at right guard. I think he's filled that role. Perfect. Sean Ryan has proved he can play center. That's really nice too. And then you obviously have Zach Tom. You don't know what the future looks like with Rasheed Walker. You don't know what Jordan Morgan's going to look like at left tackle, because he did not look good at right guard. So there's some problems here in Green Bay if you really look into it. The only problem you don't have is quarterback, running back, receiving, your wide receiver core, because Christian Watson's coming into it. And Jaden Reed, that's a really good duo. I think you can do a lot with that duo. But your offensive line and defensive line need work, and a lot of it. And whether it be through free agency, and you need to get rid of dead weight. I don't know what. I forgot to ask Ken Ingalls on X, who is the capologist, gets almost everything spot on. What Rashawn Gary's contract looks like? Can they cut him? What his dead cap might be? Because I just don't see a team going out and trading for Rashawn Gary with that contract. I really don't. And it's either that or Rashawn restructure and figure it the fuck out, because we paid you to be, you're the 13th best player defensive end in the league, and you're playing like one of the worst. There's rookies that were drafted in the 5th round that probably have better stats than Rashawn Gary right now, and the fact that you watched him on Sunday give up on a play is just inexcusable. His conditioning isn't there, and we see him work. It's not like the guy doesn't put in the work. He's just not it. I'm sorry. These things happen. And I don't know what happened to the guy we saw 2 years ago that could all of a sudden break out for 3 sacks a game. I don't understand it, but he's just not it. And he's still kind of parading around like he's a dog. You ain't a dog, bro. I'm sorry. What have you done? You have 6 sacks all year, maybe 7. And you don't hardly get any pressure on the QB. So this defensive, the number one priority in the draft for me is edge rusher, because you're going to be without Michael Parsons for probably a month next season. I mean, you look at what Christian Watson did on his recovery. It took him 8 weeks, and he did it on the last game of the season. We're about a month from that, so maybe cut that in half. Who knows? Some people, Mike Parsons is a freak. Christian Watson is also an athletic freak. Maybe he can cut that down, but I don't see him playing till week 4, week 5 next year, which means you're stuck with Lucas Van Ness and possibly Rashawn Gary. You need to bolster that defensive line, which, by the way, you don't have first-round picks anymore. So you're going to have to pull some shit out of your ass, to be frank. Like, don't get me wrong, Green Bay drafts well second and third rounds. You've seen the players they've gotten in the fourth round, but you don't have a first round. So you're not going to be seeing top 30 talent, top 32 guys for a while. And if you make the playoffs, you're not going to see top 6. You barely will see top 60 guys. So coming back to earth, coming back to reality right now, to the now. Green Bay's in trouble and in big trouble. The injuries now are just piling up. It almost seems a little bit insurmountable, but it's the NFL. Anything could happen. You got the Bears this coming Saturday. You got the Ravens at home in your barn. And the next Saturday, 2 Saturday games. And then you go to Minneapolis and finish out with Minnesota, which who knows if they're going to try to play spoiler or if they're going to sit everybody, evaluate. You never know. But Green Bay is, with Uno out, I mean, they were staggering to begin with defensively. Offensively, I still think they look good. They're going to have to put up points, unfortunately, because and Jeff Hafley's going to have to masterclass the shit out of some defenses like he did last year with no pass rush. You're going to see a lot, 7, 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, simulated pressures, who's coming, who's not, who's backing out. He's going to have to find a way to bring pressure because this team was trying to rush 4 and play 7. He's going to have to rush 5, rush 6 sometimes. He's going to have to take risks. He's going to have to gamble, and he's going to have to get creative because we were getting torched just rushing 4. Now we don't have a guy where we can rely on to at least get to the passer or create a pressure, move him out of the pocket. We don't have any of that. Like, you have nobody. You have no help on the offensive line. So you got to find ways to get to the quarterback, whether that be with Quay Walker, Edgerrin Cooper. You got to do something because you have no help. And it starts this Saturday at Chicago. Again, I like where the offense is at. Unfortunately, Christian Watson went down, but with Matthew Golden coming back a little bit healthy, he can replace that void with taking the top off of the defense, making room for Jaden Reed and Luke Musgraves underneath. Romeo Doubs is still doing his thing. It's good to see Josh Jacobs bust a run. It was really great to see Josh Jacobs bust a 40-yard run. But I just look at the schedule. This schedule's tough. They could end up 1-2, and they could probably they could miss the playoffs. So if Micah Parsons was healthy, I'd still be confident, at least to have a chance at an NFC Championship game, maybe even a Super Bowl. But to be frank with you, with Micah Parsons out, I just don't see it. They would have to get red hot. Defensive line would have to play like they've never played before, and we've never seen this season before. And it's just going to it's an uphill battle. But it starts this Saturday against a Chicago team that's pissed off because they probably feel like they deserve. I listen to all you Chicago fans after that game. Y'all take moral victories over everything. Like it's crazy how you lost. It lost the number 1 seed, or lost the number 2 seed, lost the 1 seed to the north, and went down to the 7th seed and went, you know what? I was pretty happy with that performance. Now, I mean, I just kind of did that with here, but wild, guess what? Man. Like, we just lost our second best player on the team. Y'all did nothing. So it was crazy. So the Chicago fans saw Micah Parsons go down. Probably, I mean, hopefully they weren't happy about it, but they know that that helps them considerably. And the players for sure probably thought they should have won that game or could have won that game. So they're going to be hungry. They're going to be in front of their home crowd. This is going to be a tough game. Like, this is going to be if I swear to Jesus, if Ben Johnson's game plan isn't run the fucking ball 35 to 40 times a game on this bad defensive line, he needs to be indicted. Like, because I see it, I can see it now. Just watching DeAndre Swift and Monumguy rush for 5 yards of carry
Yeah.
every time. And then next thing you know, they pull it back and they boot Caleb Williams out like they did in the second half because they don't have an athlete now to catch Caleb Williams. I mean, we've seen Lucas Van Ness be a great athlete, but I still don't think he's 100%. Rashawn Gary, yeah, I'm done talking about him. But you don't have Micah Parsons to at least give something Caleb Williams to worry about. I mean, so I think they saw that this past time and go, why didn't we run the football more? And I think you're going to see that. You might see 200 yards rushing. You might see 150 yards rushing against this Green Bay defense because they just don't have a presence inside because they lost their best defensive interior lineman. Shocking. Like, the injuries are piling up and it's not just depth, it's your best guys. So it's becoming a little bit of a big uphill climb, and we'll see. Again, I have faith in this offense. I haven't seen the injury report. Doesn't come out it came out today. I didn't see it, unfortunately. I didn't see what practices are. You get to that point where veterans get rest because of veterans rest. Maybe just give a guy a day off who's got a nagging injury, but I still have faith in this offense to put up points. I just don't have any faith in the defense to stop it. So we'll see, but I don't believe the Packers should be favored in this game because I just have no faith that the defense is going to stop anybody. I do have faith the offense could put up points, but it's going to be like the Detroit game and the Denver game, like you saw. Green Bay goes and scores. They're going to go back down and score. Green Bay goes and scores if they score, and then I don't see many stops in this game, and I don't see many turnovers in this game either. Like, guess who had the one turnover this past week? Micah Parsons. So you're losing playmakers all over the place, and guys got to step up, and they have not been stepping up. And so I'm losing a little faith with the guys around the core guys. So, but we'll see. I hope it's a good game on Saturday, but I just know that Chicago's just going to run the ball down Green Bay's throat until they stop it, and I have no idea if Green Bay's going to stop it.
Well, let's hope they do because this is a huge-ass game. That one's on Saturday, 7:20 p.m. That's damn near the biggest momentum for both of these teams going forward into the end of this season, and obviously
you might as well chalk this up if whoever wins this game wins the North, because Chicago next week has the 49ers. That's not easy. And then they got Detroit. That's not easy. Green Bay's got Baltimore, and Baltimore's been skidding. Like, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how Baltimore's skidding with Lamar Jackson and the weapons they have with Derrick Henry. I don't understand it. I really don't. But then you got Minnesota, and Minnesota just went into Dallas and beat Dallas. And that's a confidence builder. So I don't know who Minnesota plays this week, but if they win again, they're definitely going to come in and play spoiler because, Kevin O'Connell does not want to just lay down to Green Bay if they have a chance to make the playoffs. He wants them out. So I think the schedule leans towards Green Bay just a hair, but it starts with this one. If whoever wins this game, unless some weird reason, let's say Chicago wins, then they lose next week, and then Green Bay loses, obviously, this week, and then they beat Baltimore, then you're back to square one, and then you go head-to-head, and you have conference and all that. Green Bay has the easier matchup the last week of the season. Obviously, it's Detroit. Detroit obviously is the stronger team than Minnesota. But if you win this game this week, I think the winner of this game will obviously be the winners of the NFC North.
No, absolutely. 7:20. We'll know on Saturday how that goes, man. But, man, we got faith, man. Let's get it going. Let's just guys make plays, man. Like, stop patty cake.
Guys got to step up.
Man. Got to step up. Let's move on over here to the Badgers men's basketball team. Before we go, though, shout out to the girls' volleyball team as well, man. Keep doing
Volleyball
your
team,
thing.
let's go.
Keep doing it. Don't have it up, but hey,
They
we know.
they they play Kentucky tomorrow at 8:30, I believe, or 8 p.m. I believe on ESPN.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, these girls, I watched them last year lose, unfortunately, very convincing to a Texas program who's always good. But that was a revenge game that they just beat Texas. Like they looked hungry. Like they looked like they were ready for revenge against Texas. It was great to see. Hopefully they keep that mindset going against Kentucky, who's the number 1 seed. Um, and hopefully they win because then they're probably going to face Nebraska. And if you watch Nebraska play this year, Nebraska volleyball looks, I'm not going to say unbeatable, but damn near unbeatable because they just are doing, they look disgusting. Let's just say that. Like they look really, really good. So hopefully they can pull it out against Kentucky. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. I love watching volleyball. I mean, not from the typical male standpoint. Like we all know why males watch volleyball, but it's exciting. It's exciting stuff when you get a good game going on. Like when they won that national championship, how many years ago? Whew, I was into it. I was like sweating. I was like, this is intense stuff here, brother. So I love it when Wisconsin girls go far because then obviously they get some recognition national television wise. But again, I love watching volleyball in the Olympics. I love, any type of volleyball. It's an exciting sport to watch.
No, absolutely. Shout out to them and keep doing what you're doing. Bring it home. But let's talk about this ugly loss that the men's team went ahead and lost by double digits. They lost in Nebraska 90-0. Excuse me, 90-60. Excuse me, basically 90-0. But 90-60. That was a crazy one. Nebraska's for real. Then they got Villanova this Friday. These are 2 tough games to go ahead and play, and you saw that Nebraska is the real deal at home. Post presence was unreal, but we couldn't get anything going though. We were missing shots. Guys weren't doing what they needed to do. Obviously, I guess the Badger way of how we play. Top guys are not playing at the top of top and not doing what they need to do, shooting underneath what they need to be, not shooting underneath and kind of leading. That's kind of what we had right here. Talk to me about this game and what you think about this week, this Friday, and what you want to see.
Well, from what the stats read, which we watched it, don't get me wrong. But if you didn't watch it, there is a tale to be told through the stats. Wisconsin only shot 34% from the field. You're not going to win many games.
Yikes.
And Nebraska shot 54% from the field. That should tell you a lot. Wisconsin was 7 for 32 from 3-point, and Nebraska was 11 for 30. And kind of another telltale, they got out-rebounded 35-28, and then they had 6 blocks to our 1. And then points in the paint, 44-24. Like they just beat the piss out of you inside. Assists 20-14. Basically, Nebraska ran Wisconsin off the court, and you don't see that very often to a Wisconsin team because usually they play great defense. Usually they play. John Blackwell only scored 8 points. That's a problem. That's your leading scorer, and he only scored. Oh, he scored 7 points. I'm sorry. Nolan Winter, I thought, had a good game considering. He got beat. He had a rough go too, but he scored 10. Nicholas Boyd, another transfer, he averages 20 a game. He hit his average. So they just looked outmatched. And at home against Nebraska, or on the road in Nebraska, it was a 21-19 game Wisconsin lead at one point.
Yeah.
And then the wheels just came off from there. The crowd got into it, and from there, Nebraska just fed off that energy and just couldn't miss. Everything went right. Ball bounced their way. That happens. So, yeah, that's basketball in the college world, unfortunately. And now you got Villanova coming up. Villanova unranked, but Villanova always tough. Thank God you got them at the Kohl Center. That is on Friday at 7, as you said. Good game to get back on track in, because if you win that game, then you got a kind of a cupcake schedule for the next 2 games: Central Michigan and Milwaukee, UW Milwaukee. And then when we hit the new year, you start the heated schedule right all over again. Purdue, 6th-ranked Purdue, and Purdue looks good. And then UCLA, but you got Purdue at home. I'm sorry. So anything could happen when you come to Kohl Center. And then you go to Ann Arbor for Michigan. And Michigan is probably one of the best teams in the country. So you got a tough 3-game stretch after these 2 cupcake games after the Villanova game. So hopefully you get back on track, get some momentum, hopefully give Purdue a run for their money, maybe even knock them off and storm the court. And then you can carry that energy into UCLA and Michigan. But it's early. Like, let's pump the brakes. It's early. That was a bad game. Get the bad one out of the way. Get back on track. It's a long season. Maybe I overestimated this Badger team being top 5 in the country. I still think they're top 25. Like, I still think they're a ranked team. Seeding wise, I think they could easily be a 4 or 5 seed. They would have to win the Big Ten to get a 3 seed, in my opinion. But there's a lot of season left. We're only 10 games in, and you just started playing tough teams as of 3 weeks ago. So team could look a whole lot different once we hit February, March. So again, you got your ass kicked. Now go kick some ass against Villanova.
No, absolutely. And last but not least, here on Milwaukee Bucks, as of right now, we are on the 10 spots. We are 11-16. Our 10 game right now, we are 3-7. Yikes. I mean, I've already kind of said my piece about this on the plain and simple when I go ahead and just talk about, obviously, Wisconsin sports from my end and give my good brothers a platform to do what they do. I mean, at this point, man, it's just, it is what it is. Like, I don't know what else you can say. You can be like, all right, well, is Giannis going to leave? Like, I'm sick of hearing that, because that just makes, to me, no sense. And I really don't think that Hurst is trying to go ahead and find the best route and get players, because no one's going to want to go ahead and give up that future of players for Giannis. Maybe big market teams, but at the same time, I just don't see, if it would have happened, it already happened already. Like, it wouldn't have been where we're already starting the season and then all of a sudden, okay, now Giannis is going to go ahead and leave out. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. You know, I'm just a guy talking behind the mic, and I just talk what I talk. But kind of give me a sense of like what you're feeling with this team. Because if you look at it though, like being 10 in the East right now, and there's a lot of ball left, you can be kind of scared. But I like kind of that situation where we are right now. But it gets real ugly when we go ahead and get into January, February, if we're kind of still there or going down. So
yeah,
but it's the best. It's NBA. But go ahead and talk to me about it.
I mean, I still stand by. People want to say the Bucks are bad. Take Luka Doncic and LeBron James off the Lakers. How good are they? Not good. Take Victor Wembanyama off the San Antonio Spurs. How good are they? Not very good. Take Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns off the New York Knicks. How good are they? Not good. We've seen how good the Philadelphia 76ers have been without Joel Embiid. Hello. Like, SGA might be your only guy, because I think Oklahoma City's so deep where if you remove him, they still are competitive. They're still tough.
Right.
And I don't mean to be disrespectful to an MVP candidate or an MVP guy, but like, that's just the truth. Oklahoma City's loaded. So, I mean, take Steph Curry off of Golden State. How good are they? Not good. So, I mean, they got Jimmy Butler. Yeah, sure. But you take a superstar off a team, obviously the team's not going to play as good as what they once were. So This is just, how can you replace an average of 30, 10, and 8 every night? You can't. So
pretty hard to do.
So that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists missing a game. That's just what we're doing. Now they won a great game against the Celtics. Like
Yeah.
those are games you need to have sometimes, and then you get blown out by the Nets. It's like that's just what's going to happen with a team like this without their superstar. So, and then tomorrow you're gonna play the Raptors, and you're probably gonna get blown the fuck out because Raptors are really good. I think they're
Yeah.
one of the more underappreciated teams in the NBA that people aren't really looking at for some reason. Um, they're big. They can shoot. They're just really good. They're definitely a dark horse in the East, but you're gonna get beat up by Toronto, and then you're gonna go to Minneapolis. We see Minneapolis or the Minnesota Timberwolves kind of throw some clunkers. Like I'm not gonna lie. So and then you got the Pacers in Indiana, which the Pacers are gonna be licking their chops after Giannis beat you guys in Indy last time. They're gonna be licking their chops because they don't have Giannis, and then they're gonna try rub it in the face, and it's like, what they do? You just beat us without Giannis, which is all they're good for, really. They always beat other teams without superstars. So with their cakewalk to the NBA Finals last year. Yeah, it was a cakewalk. So you're missing 30, 10, and 8. This is what you get. You gotta just kind of roll with it. If you can stay in that 7 to 10 range by the time Giannis comes back, whenever that may be, I think you got a good chance to maybe work up to 6 or 5. But because Kevin Porter Jr. is back, Bobby Porter's playing well, I think you should trade him. Did I say that out loud? Who said that? No? Okay. You can't trade him now.
His name's in the talks, though. That we can be sitting right here, and all of a sudden they got a thing dialed up where they're about to go ahead and do something. That's the crazy thing about the NBA, bro. Anything can happen. You saw with Luka.
Anything can happen. So it's going to be interesting. You just got to stay competitive. I still think when Giannis returns, this team's going to be in that 7 to 10 range if they kind of stay where they're at right now, which is the 10, 11, 9 zone, because that's just a deep hole to climb out of that. But I like the Bucks in a 7 versus 10 matchup, 8 versus 9 matchup scenario any day of the week. But then you got to go right away and play either Detroit, New York. There's a lot of ball left, as you said, but you can easily dig yourself in a pretty deep hole. So again, this is just people are just taking this opportunity to talk bad about Milwaukee because this is just what they want. It's the same. It was the same scenario when Christian Yelich broke his kneecap all the way back when, which I'm still heartbroken about because he just hasn't been the same ever since then. When the media really wanted to give an MVP to Cody Bellinger, who played for the Dodgers, where Christian Yelich was absolutely outplaying him. It's basically the same scenario. Media wants Giannis out of Milwaukee. Now he's hurt. Bucks are doing bad. Let's jump on this and let's take advantage of it right now, and try to force his way out of Milwaukee. So it's unfortunate. I hate hearing about it because, as Giannis says, I love this city and I would like to retire here. But people apparently just ignore that. People say, "Oh, he requested a trade," and then wait, he didn't request a trade. I keep saying this over and over and over again. Pat Beverly was in that locker room, and he said the only people who know what Giannis is thinking is his family. If you're not Thanasis or Alex or any of his family members, you don't know what he's thinking. Like he just does, and he goes, he is the biggest troll in the NBA because he loves just to say stuff to get a rise out of people. I believe that wholeheartedly.
100%.
Like I 100% believe that. Yeah, and he's great at it. So all this, like the whole, I think he talked about cities. I forget how many years ago that was when he talked about all the big markets, about how he liked them. That was a troll. Like he probably does. Like don't get me wrong, he probably loves all those cities, but that's a troll. He just likes the cities. He doesn't mean like, oh yeah, I want to go play there now. No, he's just trolling everybody. So just people don't like to listen. People just want to get clicks, get viewership, whatever. Giannis ain't going anywhere, especially right now. I mean, he's hurt, but I mean, people will trade for a hurt Giannis and let him sit on the bench until he's healthy. But they're just running with it because it just helps their agenda. and it's really kind of sad to see.
Well, man, for our Wisconsin sports, please go ahead and finish this month out strong, man. This is definitely what we need. Just a little pick-me-up, but again, obviously Bucks are going to be going. Badger basketball, women's volleyball, Packers. Let's get it together, man. You already know we're going to get something squared away. We need something.
Yes, sir.
We need a, especially off of this past weekend. Goodness gracious. Granted, our Packers lost. We got to get that squared away. Everyone else just got to keep, picking up that slack, and we got to go and start getting some dubs. I believe
Yes,
you
sir.
have some questions for me.
Oh
time.
yeah, I was not good at it last week. I apologize, but I got a good scenario for everybody this week. So here we go, brother. Top five.
Before we
Yes, sir.
go. Injury report, as I'm looking at right now, limited participation with Williams.
That'd be huge.
And that's that's wide receiver though, not Evan Williams. Evan Williams did not participate.
Oh, phew, God, you scaring me, bro.
Wicks went ahead, limited practice. Christian Watson, limited participation. All those that I said earlier, limited participation. My apologies. Lucas Van Ness was limited. I'm seeing Zach Tom did not participate. Right now, I'm seeing Jalen Reed didn't participate, which is crazy.
That's not good either.
Jordan Love's good. Let's see. Golden was full participation. Cox Jr. was full participation. Brooks was good.
Cox Jr. coming back is good because he's a good pass rusher.
Yes.
Like he's obviously way better than freaking Rashawn Gary, but he brings energy. So let's hope he comes back because that will help some depth in that defensive edge rushing position.
And then Kennard, if I'm saying that correct, Darian.
Oh yeah, he's that sixth offensive lineman.
Yeah, so he did limited, but who knows? But we are at there right now. I would say big thing out of this that obviously Jordan Love was good.
Yes.
It sucks that Williams did not participate, and that's not good.
Yes.
But we'll be all right. Questions.
Top five. We got the blindly ranked top five, man. And this week's category is late night snacks. And we are you and me both. When we hang out, we got late night snacks. You got to have some late night snacks. So I pray for you on this list. This list is tough. So number one, your first choice.
Okay.
Pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls. That's a pretty crazy one to start out with, huh?
Yeah, that's a strong one.
I'll put pizza rolls because I don't know the other ones that are on the way, and I like to play it safe because pizza rolls are pretty nice. Late night snack, I'll put that at 3.
All right. Next one, homemade warm chocolate chip cookies.
All right, so let's just get this straight here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy.
One thing about RJ that there's no playing around with is cookies.
Yep.
Number one.
Oh,
so where this answer is going, you already know where this is going.
I already knew this was coming.
Number one, 100%.
Exactly. My mom has made so many cookies over the years, bro, and you have eaten her out of so many cookies that it's crazy. Like I knew as soon as I saw this, I'm like, well, I already know RJ's number one because it's cookies. The amount of milk and cookies I've seen you eat over the years is ridiculous.
It's disgusting.
It's crazy. So, all right, third choice, Dino Nuggets.
No.
So basically some chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. I'll put them at 4.
4? Okay. Number 4, ramen noodles.
Oh, that's 2. Easy. Good guy.
Oh, yeah?
That's for me at State, that was a household staple.
You do ramen. You can do some ramen right with the egg and some bamboo shoots and I love a good ramen place. And then finally, last but not least, mini corn dogs.
Yeah, that'll be 5.
5?
That's not bad.
Or is it? I thought, yeah, you put. So your number 1 was cookies. Number 2 is ramen. Number 3 is the pizza rolls. Number 4 was the chicken nuggets, or was it number
chicken nuggets? Chicken nuggets.
And then number 5 was corn dogs. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning the same way. Mainly because I put chicken nuggets 1. I love chicken nuggets because when
Yeah,
you can
chicken
buy
nugget.
the Chick-fil-A sauce, or if I'm or if
You
I'm
love Chick-fil-A.
I love the Lord's chicken. So so I love the Lord's chicken. But also sometimes my vice is nice buffalo with some ranch.
Oh yeah.
God damn. So
Yes.
chicken got me number one.
Okay.
The cookies were number two. I was like, yeah, you can't mess with number. I also put pizza rolls at number three. Ramen was number four, and corn dogs were number five. Um, but to be totally honest, I'm not mad. I wouldn't be mad about any of these in this list.
No.
I mean,
No.
if,
The only thing that I'd be a little skeptical about is the corn dog because I'm not really thinking about a corn dog. That's just me.
no, I'd be surprised if. Don't get me wrong. I'd be surprised if I was over at somebody's house. We've all been over at somebody's house after the bar, chit chatting, and then all of a sudden somebody fires up that air fryer, which that magical sound. You're like, this is gonna be delicious. If you didn't get Taco Bell, and
That's
if someone pulled out mini corn dogs, I'd be like, really? All right then. Usually it's the pizza rolls or the chicken nuggets. Somebody pulling out cookies. I'm like, okay, whose bougie ass house am I in right now? Because this is some great stuff. Um, ramen for me is like so way too. I mean, because I don't do mine in the microwave. I do mine in boil a pot of water, throw them in there type deal. I don't throw them in the microwave. So ramen for me would be like my last drunk snack because then I gotta sit there and wait for the water to boil. And yeah, I'm all about quick and easy. Dump them. Let's get on with it. But that's the list. I thought that was a great list. I was like, oh, you and I with our younger years, with our late night video gaming, before we learned about what bars were, we already
man.
knew about what late night snacks were.
Oh, we
God, and
so
gosh,
did.
and it is the season for just. My mom downstairs has so many holiday cookies. You're over here on Sunday. Oh, those holiday cookies, they just stare at you, and it's like, I've already had 10 of you today, so let's back off, all right? And then they just keep calling your name in the background. And it's like, all right, fine, one more won't kill me. And then one turns to three. So
And then it turns into 10. But
exactly.
man. But with that, everyone, we appreciate you, man. Sorry for the another big back activities. But I think it's good that you know that, hey, listen, we're human too. But Packers, let's get it, man. I don't care about whatever we talked about. Let's get it, man. I don't give a shit how
Get a
we got to
dub.
get this dub. Let's do this, man. Show people what
Yes,
we got
sir.
to do because this is the perfect time for you
Absolutely.
to go ahead and show who you are. Happy holidays, happy Christmas, happy whatever you go ahead and celebrate during that time. You know, people like Christmas, people don't like Christmas. But I do, and I know my people do.
Hmm.
We'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Peace out.
Fuck the Bears.